with a Friday Sews. Hello and welcome. I'm Akram Burris, and you're watching Akram's Ideas, bringing creative and crazy ideas to life. I just wanted to jump on and do a quick Friday Sews for this Friday, July 2nd, as we kick off the 4th of July weekend. And of course, here in the US, 4th of July is Independence Day, and we typically have a 4-day weekend. So as I'm gearing up to hopefully get some sewing done this weekend, I thought I'd jump on with a Friday Sews and tell you a little bit about what's been going on, what have I been sewing, what have I been working on, and why have I been kind of MIA for the last month or two. And with that said, let's jump into it. So first off, I wanted to give a shout out to my sister at FateB on Instagram for the lovely shirt she made me. So she did not sew, but she does a lot of screen printing and bleach tie-dye. So this is a shirt that she made with the bleach tie-dye and the screen print and everything, and I just love it. It's super soft, and so she kind of does that as a hobby on the side, and I think my niece Layla also helped her pick it out. So this is what they gave to me a little while back for 4th of July, so I just had to wear it over the weekend, obviously, and it's super soft, so I'm really enjoying it. So where have I been and what have I been up to? I don't even remember when the last time I made a video was. Maybe April? I'm not really sure. But I have been super busy with work. For those of you who don't know, I teach at a university, video game design in the Department of Computer Science. While the school year actually ended in early May, I have been extremely busy over the summer semester. I participated in a middle school summer camp where I taught kids 3D printing and things like that. I'm working with a group of research students throughout the summer. We're working on a VR nursing simulator project, which is going really well, and the students are doing a great job. So my time at work has been really busy and trying to get a bunch of stuff organized and prepared as we hopefully return back to normal in the fall and back on campus, because all of last year I did all my courses online, and while that does have some perks, it was not as easy as it seems. So I'm really excited to get back in the classroom for the fall. So work's been keeping me quite busy along with the garden. We've been slowly, for the last year and a half or so, been trying to terraform our backyard into this sort of tiki getaway island resort type thing. And I was hoping to film in the garden today, but it has been raining. It's been crazy because it's been raining straight for a whole week, and we've got some sunshine today. The 4th of July is supposed to be sunny, and then it's supposed to rain again all next week. We are having a crazy summer because in Oklahoma we typically have a really hot summer, and it's been instead really mild and really rainy, which is really unusual. So whenever it was sunny, I was always in the garden, and we've been working on terraforming it so we have a no-mow backyard. We're still working on that process. While it's been raining, I have been cleaning and reorganizing both my fabric stash and my closet. So I've done very little sewing in this last few months, but I do have a couple of things that I want to share with you. But mainly, the reason behind that is I really want to assess, like, what do I need to sew? And one of the other things is as you may know, I have been attempting to get healthier and lose some weight. And I've been losing some weight, actually, and doing yoga and exercise and everything. And I've got clothes that don't fit on both spectrums. I've got clothes that are too big and clothes that I've had for a long time, like me-made clothes that I made early on in my sewing journey, and they don't fit, or they don't fit right because they were clothes that I made when I didn't know anything about fitting, and I would just make a pattern straight out of the packet. So while it's wearable, like I can notice that the darts aren't in the right place, or that it's drooping off my shoulders and so forth. So I've really been trying to slowly purge my closet and like, this is not wearable, needs alteration, or really trying just to hone in on what I like to wear and what I want to wear. So with that said, I've actually also did some shopping a little while ago. My husband occasionally likes to take me to go try on clothes and buy me a few little odds and ends. And we actually went to Kohl's a while back, especially now that things have sort of lightened up from the pandemic and the mask mandates have kind of gone away and you can actually go to the fitting room again to try on things. So we went to Kohl's, which is a retailer here in the States, and we tried on some clothes, and they have the Lauren Conrad brand, and I don't know what it is about her brand, but I really like the style. It's kind of got this little vintage flair to it, and there were a couple of tops that I bought that were on clearance from the Lauren Conrad brand line. And I bought those in kind of trying to get a sense as to what kind of tops and things that I like. So not too long ago, Love Notion Patterns had a sort of site-wide sale. So I want to say this was back in April maybe. And I went ahead and picked up a couple of Love Notion patterns. Well, one is the Melanie Dolman top, which I still haven't made, but I am dying to make that because I actually bought one of the Lauren Conrad tops, which is basically the exact same top, and I love wearing that. And so I figure, you know, I could just make a zillion Melanie tops and have those in my wardrobe because I just absolutely love the one that I purchased. Another top that I bought was sort of this drapey, peasanty blouse type style, which was exactly like the Rhapsody blouse. And I did make a couple of those, and I'll give a full review later on, but I just wanted to share with you. So this is the first one that I made. This was a straight size large. This is the Rhapsody blouse. It's in a beautiful, and you're not going to be able to really see anything on this simply because it is nothing but black, but it is a dotted Swiss fabric that is pretty sheer, so instead of just lining the yoke, I lined the entire bodice of this one. There was a few fitting problems that I had to adjust, and like I said, I'll do a full pattern review on it. But I went ahead and made a second one using Karina from Lifting Pins and Needles had a tutorial on how to turn it into a pretty blow blouse. And this is the second one I made in this lovely, lovely crepe. And I absolutely love this one. This one fits 100 times better. Not that the first one didn't fit. The first one fit okay. This one fits with the minor tweaks, thanks to the Love Notions Facebook group where I asked some questions, and so now this one fits amazingly. And I really can't believe that it took me so long to get the Rhapsody blouse. I don't know what it was. At first it just never really felt like my style. But again, having purchased that Lauren Conrad top and really liking how that looked, I thought, why not? Let's get the Rhapsody blouse. And I will say that this pretty bow version looks really great under my blazers in a nice suit. So I feel like that totally fits my wardrobe. As I said earlier, we have a 4-day weekend here in the States for 4th of July, and I'm hoping to get a little bit of time to sew. And while I would love to sew for myself, I do have a sewing request. so was it Hobby Lobby or Joann's have had some 99-cent sales on Simplicity patterns a couple of weeks between. In fact, I believe Joann's has a 99-cent sale going on this weekend for Simplicity patterns. And I had mentioned it to my sister, who my little niece Layla decided that she wanted me to be commissioned to make her a dress, and she went with my sister and they picked out a pattern. And so this is the pattern that she picked out. Basically, where is it? Number C. So I asked her which one she wanted, and she wants number C here, which is the strappy version. She doesn't want it with the pockets, so she says. She does want the shrug made. She had like specific requirements. She wants a pink dress with a light blue shrug with the strappy shoulders, and she wants it super long. And she's like 7, but she had all these like complete details for me, and so she picked out this pattern. So I've been promising her a dress for a long while now, and so I'm gonna have to make this for her. And so that's one of the projects on my to-do list here. Like I said, I've been also trying to decide what my wardrobe style is, and lo and behold, Gertie, who is the mastermind behind Charm Patterns, and she also has a Patreon where you subscribe and get a monthly pattern every month, and she released the ultimate 1950s shirt dress. I am in love with this pattern, so much so that I've already got it printed out, and I'm really hoping to make it up. However, I have looked at the instructions, and that skirt, it's like a gathered circle skirt cut in panels, and that dress takes 7.5 yards. I kid you not. Luckily for me, I actually have some fabric that is 7+ yards. Not a ton of it, but I have a couple of different pieces that are that much. I've got to go through my stash and figure out what fabrics I have in that length or size that I can use to at least do a toile. My biggest problem with the Charm Patterns and the Patreon part of Charm Patterns is the sizing. Now, I will say that that the Charm Patterns has cup sizes, which makes it easier, but for whatever reason, the shoulder lengths on those patterns are massive. Like, I don't know. I guess I just have really petite shoulders. And I will say, oddly enough, most of the time I have to shorten the shoulder on the patterns. But when I made the Love Notions Rhapsody, I actually had to increase this a little bit, because originally I was doing the size large and I did the extra large for the shoulder. And that's one of the things I found also when I made the Love Notions Classic tee, that the shoulder was almost perfect. Love Notions shoulders fit me really well, and I think it's just because they're made for more of a petite frame. And Gertie's patterns, they're just really massive. I have yet to figure out the Barbie top, which I really, really love. It's another one of the Patreon patterns. But every time I've attempted to adjust that shoulder is like way off. So what I need to do is really go back. Karina, again, from Lifting Pins and Needles, has a vast amount of amazing tutorials. And she's done a tutorial on getting your neck measurement and then finding your shoulder measurement. So I'm going to have to use that. I just already know I'm going to have to use that to figure out the shoulder measurement on that pattern. Otherwise, I know it's not going to fit, because I've had this problem before in the Gertie patterns. So I need to figure out that, and I need to figure out my vertical measurements. The rest of it should be fairly easy, because like I said, she's got cup sizes, and I pretty much fall into a size 12, except at the waist. I'm going to have to play with whether I want to do a 14 or a 16, simply because right now my weight's still kind of fluctuating, and I'm kind of in between a 16 and a 14, but I don't want it too tight, and I want some ease in there, so I'll have to think about it. But my gosh, that shirt dress is amazing, and I'm definitely going to try to get that whipped up, at least hopefully by the end of the month. Well, that is pretty much everything that I've had going on. Like I said, I haven't been sewing as much. I've been doing a lot of sewing related activities, organizing my fabric and sewing room. I have been taking advantage of some of the 99-cent pattern sales. So I'd love to hear in the comments below, what video would you like to see next? Obviously I have a review on the Rhapsody blouse that I would like to do. I still have the review for the classic tee from Love Notions, and then I have the pattern haul that I have yet to share with you from some of the recent sales the last few months. So just let me know what you'd like to see in an upcoming video or so, and I'd love to know if you are taking time this holiday weekend to get some sewing done and what you're sewing. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Akram's Ideas, and thanks for watching.